Hello, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can probably tell from the title of today's video, this is going to be all about my favorite foundations for dry and pale skin. Just a little bit about my skin. I run about an NC15 in MAC for comparison, and I have severely dry skin. I get dry patches all over my face, all over my body. I have very dry, dehydrated skin, and these foundations don't emphasize that and actually make it look a little bit better. Quick disclaimer, if these foundations work for you and you don't have dry skin, that's fantastic. If you do have dry skin and they don't work out for you, I'm sorry. I think that makeup is very personal, and these are just my suggestions for what works for me. So let's go ahead and get started. The first few foundations I want to talk about are stick foundations. These right here are my 4 favorites. I know that sometimes with dry skin, the thought of stick foundation can be a little scary just because I think a lot of stick foundations don't blend out well. They're definitely meant for oily skin, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation. Not cute on my dry skin. But these 4 really work well. So the first one I want to talk about is actually my favorite. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 115 R230. The thing that I like about their foundations is they do have foundations for red undertones, and that's what the R stands for. This is probably the perfect color match for me. I'm absolutely obsessed. This is so creamy. It blends out so well, and it's a full coverage foundation that doesn't look too cakey or emphasize any of my dryness. I love it. And with all of these stick foundations, the way I like to apply them is I first put them all over my face. I blend them out with a brush and then go in with a damp beauty blender or complexion sponge or something like that. The ones from Real Techniques are really good. But just like to help really push the moisture into my skin. So the next foundation I want to talk about, this is stick foundation, is from e.l.f. This is a $6 foundation, and let me tell you, if you've been thinking about buying the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick, even though this isn't an exact dupe, it is very similar and it is literally a fraction of the cost. So yeah, this is the e.l.f. Moisturizing Foundation Stick, and this is in the shade Ivory, and this is also a really good color match for me. Again, it's super blendable. It really goes on the skin nicely. It has nice coverage, but not cakey. So yeah, for $6, this foundation is bomb. Okay, so next, this is a newer foundation to me, but I am just loving it. I mean, I maybe had it for 3 weeks now, and I can't stop using it. This is the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation in the shade Light Beige. I feel like this is a really good shade match for me. You've probably heard reviews of this on YouTube, and the one setback is that you don't get a ton of product in here, but honestly, I love this foundation. This is like a medium coverage foundation, but oh, holy cow, it makes my skin look so good, so flawless, and just like really stays on all day without emphasizing dryness. And the final stick foundation I want to talk about is the Hourglass Vanish Foundation. I feel like this has been out for like almost a year now, and people are still just like going bananas over this thing. I do really like the packaging, and I think it's cute that it kind of comes in like the triangle. I know the point of this is like you're supposed to be able to just like tap like a couple triangles on your face. I don't find that offers enough coverage for me personally, but I have mine in the shade Porcelain. I think it is a pretty good skin match. It does run a little yellow, but once you put on the rest of your makeup, if you're like similar to my color, it doesn't look bad. This foundation does have a ton of shades, so that is fantastic. But yeah, hopefully my dog doesn't bark. There are people walking outside. So anyways, the one thing I will say about this, and I have heard other people on YouTube say this who has similar skin type to me, if you do have dry skin, sometimes this can look a little cakey and a little dry up close, but it looks fantastic from far away. So if you want to take photos and like make sure that your skin looks flawless, this is the foundation for you. Okay, so next I want to talk about a couple BB creams. One is drugstore and one is high end. The one from the drugstore is the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh. This is the pomegranate extract version, and this is in the shade 110 light medium. Please excuse the craziness on here. This had one of those like CVS security tags on it, and it looks like I like gouged the heck out of this thing, but I was just trying to get like the big honkin' security tag off. So anyways, this claims to blur imperfections, it enhances, it brightens, it adjusts skin tone, it smooths, it hydrates, it has SPF 30. I agree with every single one of those claims. This is fabulous. Like, it has really good coverage for a BB cream. The only thing I will say is that it smells a little off, like sunscreen, but not like great. But honestly, like, that, you know, fades once you blend it into your skin. But I love this. Now, a more expensive option, but my favorite base of all time. Like, I love this BB cream. This is from Dr. Jart. This is the BB Beauty Balm with SPF 45. One thing I will say about this is it only comes in 2 shades. Like, come on, Dr. Jart. Like, there are people every color of the rainbow. Why does this only come in 2 shades? Ridiculous. But this is my favorite base. I love the way this looks. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. I love the way it wears. It has skin benefits. Like, oh my god, I can't say enough good stuff about this. And honestly, if you can find your shade, this is fantastic. But Dr. Jart, like, you need to expand your shade range on this. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my ride or die foundation for, like, I don't know, the last 15 years, ever since I've been wearing foundation. This is the first foundation I tried. I'm still obsessed with it. I've went through bottle after bottle of this stuff, and it is the Olay and Covergirl. Now they call it the Simply Ageless. It used to not be called that. It's in slightly different packaging, but it's still the same thing. And this is in the shade 210 Classic Ivory. I love this. I feel like if you have either severely dry skin or mature skin, this is really not going to sink into those lines. It's not going to emphasize your dryness, and it's going to make you look freaking flawless all day long. Not to mention, it is infused with Olay. As you can see, it's kind of like swirled into the foundation, and this is beautiful. Also, the shade 210 Classic Ivory, I've always worn the same shade in this, and it's always looked fabulous. I have loved this foundation for, like, you know, half of my life, and I am still obsessed. Okay, so next, this foundation is also a CoverGirl foundation, but it's newer to me. I maybe had it for like a month. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. This is in the shade 710. It does have SPF 20, and this is Classic Ivory. I love this foundation, but it does run a little dark, and when I've seen other reviews, there's one shade lighter than this. I believe it's 705, and apparently they're like the same shade. So I do have to use a white mixer with this, but I do really like this. Supposedly this foundation has good free vitamins in it. I don't, you know about that claim, but I don't notice it making my skin better, but it makes my skin look fantastic when I'm wearing it. Super, like, beautiful coverage. It is like a medium finish, but I really think you can build it up to full. But like I said, I do have to mix this with a white mixer, and the white mixer I want to talk about, this is the best mixer I have ever used. I can mix it in with any foundation formula. It doesn't screw it up. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. That is a mouthful. This is just in the shade white. I am obsessed with this. Like, honestly, I can, like I said, mix this in with any foundation. This is already my second bottle of this, and I've maybe went through that in like 2 months. Like, it's crazy how much I love this, but I can mix it with anything, and it looks great. Like, these two together, the Healthy Elixir and this white mixer, oh, beautiful. And the sister foundation to that is also the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition blah blah blah. This is in the shade Fair. I can't wear this foundation unless I go ahead and put the white mixer in with it, because I think you can kind of tell this is the lightest shade, and it is dark. But these are very inexpensive. I think that they were like $7.99 each on the Ulta website, and they were buy one get one 50% off. So, like, for less than $15, you could get 2 bottles of really fantastic foundation. I think if you have oily skin, you might not be a huge fan of this, just because it does leave a super illuminated finish, but it is really beautiful. Okay, so next I want to talk about a L'Oreal foundation. This is the 24-hour foundation in the Infallible Pro Glow. This is in the shade 201 Classic Ivory, and it does have SPF 15 in it. I live in Florida, so SPF is kind of important in either my moisturizer, just wearing visible barrier sunscreen, or in my foundation for every day. I love this. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. 2 things that I don't necessarily like or agree with about the foundation. I don't think this is a 24-hour foundation. Maybe like 8 to 9 hours, but like, honestly, who's wearing foundation for 24 hours? But it's really beautiful. It does have a hydrating, like, radiant finish. I just don't think, on me personally, it lasts over like the 8 to 9 hour mark. Again, I have really dry skin. It's not like I get oily and it breaks up. It just fades away. So, I mean, it is really nice. I do like it. It smells a little funny, but honestly, it's a really pretty foundation, and this shade match is like dead on. Okay, so next I want to talk about a foundation that might be a little surprising because I have dry skin, because a lot of products that are made for like acne fighting dry out my skin really terribly, but this is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. I have mine in the shade Porcelain, and I love this. It's super simple packaging. It literally just has like this, like, whoa, I'm making a mess. It has like this squeezy tube, but oh my god, like this foundation is so great, especially because even though I do have dry skin, like occasionally my skin does break out, like my pores get clogged. When I put this over my breakouts, not only does it look fantastic, I swear it helps get rid of my breakouts. I'm pretty sure this has salicylic acid in it, but not in like such a high concentration that it's like drying the crap out of my skin. It looks beautiful, it feels great. This is a really good foundation, and again, it's from e.l.f. It's like $6, it's super inexpensive. Okay, so the final foundation that I want to share with you is from MAC. This is the MAC Studio Waterweight SPF 30 foundation, and again, from MAC, I am in the shade NC15. I love this foundation. It does come in a dropper form. It's literally like water. Like, can you see like it dropping? This is absolutely beautiful. It looks great on the skin. I think if you have oily skin, you might not like it so much, but for dry skin, it does give a really nice luminous finish, and I feel like when you wear this, you look like you've been at the beach, not like in a tan way, but like you're glowing from within. It's like you're wearing highlighter, and I love this foundation. So anyways, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe down below, so you can get notifications of future videos from me. I do plan on making a lot of videos like this, best, worst, you know, for drugstore, high-end, dry, pale skin. But anyways, thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.